Luke 1:39 through 40. Now at this time Mary arose and went in a hurry to the hill country, to a city of Judah, and entered the house of Zacharias and greeted Elizabeth. If you're joining us in reading this 30-day reading plan, today's reading is Luke 1:39 through 45, and I encourage you to read that passage. Have you ever had the idea that you had to be in some place in a hurry? What was your thinking? Did you drop everything that you were doing so you could get out of the house? Did you call someone to tell them you're on your way, or have someone else help you do some things that were not going to get done because you were gone? Mary, for some reason, felt that she had to go to Elizabeth's home. Perhaps she had just learned of Elizabeth's pregnancy, or she just wanted to share what God was doing in her life. Perhaps it was a little bit of both. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, we are told that the baby jumped in Elizabeth's womb. And then Elizabeth commented on who Mary was and how blessed she, Elizabeth, was to have Mary come to her. Are we that excited when we think about Christ? Are we that excited when we think of what God did in both Mary's and Elizabeth's lives? Are we that excited when we think back and reflect on what God has done or had to do in our lives for us to become who we are, where we are currently living, working, and the relationships that we have? Each year, our lives become more commercial, even as we struggle that they not. Each year, we vow not to let Christmas time become more present-giving and Christmas parties than it did the year before, and we seem to fail every time. As we go through this Advent season and we get closer to the day that we celebrate Christ's birth, we should be more aware of what it must have been like for these two women, Elizabeth carrying a miraculous child, greeting Mary, who is also carrying a miraculous child. Our focus should be on what Christ brings to us, not what presents we get under the Christmas tree.